Let's talk about happiness and the key to happiness. Luckily, there are multiple keys to happiness, but I think there is one really integral and important master key to happiness, and that is called mental fitness, mindfulness, positive psychology, positive intelligence, whatever you want to call it. That's the category. I'm talking about if you can master a positive mindset, then you have the master key to happiness. My name is Mary Fenton. I'm a certified life and career coach, and I am excited to share this concept with you so that you can start implementing it in your life right now. So, you may have heard people talk about things like thoughts become things or dream it and you shall achieve it. And it all sounds very sort of out there or maybe even unrealistic, intangible. And the idea I want to bring to you today is more tangible than that. It's something that you can really wrap your head around and believe because it's not so, magical sounding. Like when you say, if you think it, it will become, it's like, okay, so I'm going to sit here in my chair and I'm going to wish, wish, wish for A, B, and C, and then it's just going to land in my lap. Like it's not that. Thoughts become things because thoughts are the root of our emotions and then our behaviors. So if I'm thinking something like, I am perfect and I'm totally capable, then my behavior after thinking I am totally capable is going to be taking action around something, or it's going to be pushing my limits and pushing my boundaries and stepping outside of my comfort zone and trying something new. That's going to be the behavior that results from I am perfectly capable, right? On the flip side of things, if I'm thinking I can't, I'll never do this, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not enough. If those are my thoughts, then the emotions that it brings and the behavior that it brings are going to be much different. I'm going to maybe not even try at all because I feel like I'm going to fail. So why even try? So the negative thoughts actually breed inaction. And maybe even if I can get past the thought and make myself try, if I fail the first time around, I'm probably not going to try again. And we all know multiple times failing is what it takes in order to succeed. So I've already defeated myself just in the thoughts that I'm having. So my thought became a thing in that scenario. My thought was, I'll never be able to. And that became my reality because the inaction that I took or the inability to persevere because I had already made up my mind that I was going to fail. On the flip side of it, my thought became a thing because I thought I'm going to go out and achieve this, and I did because my thought was I'm perfectly capable. So I proved that because I thought that I was willing to put myself out there. I was willing to step outside my comfort zone. I was willing to fail and try again because I failed, but I'm perfectly capable. So I'm going to get back up and I'm going to try again. So my thought became a thing, not because I sat there and wished it into existence, but because my positive thinking helped my ability to overcome adversity or push outside my comfort zone and make it happen. So thoughts becoming things is a thing, even if I'm not just thinking of it in an ethereal manifestation kind of way. I'm thinking of it in a more pragmatic, practical, and tangible way. That what I'm thinking creates the next action that I take, and that next action that I take is going to bring me further towards or further away from whatever it is based on what I'm thinking about. So that is the difference between a negative thought cycle and a positive thought cycle. Most of us are stuck in a negative thought cycle all the time because it's human nature. It's what we do as humans. We were programmed from birth to take care of our little human bodies and our little human brains. And the way that we do that, our mind has decided that the way to keep us safe is to develop coping mechanisms that keep us inside of our comfort zone so we do not risk our lives. or our safety. So our minds are programmed to keep us comfortable, keep us small, keep us uh, in our zones, and that's what they do. They're doing their job. We may need them when we're young. We may need them to cope. We may need them to figure out how to get the attention that we want and form the attachments that we want. So we may need those coping skills and those survival skills when we're young, but as we get older, they become a hindrance. They become a block. They become limiting beliefs, and they become a way to keep us in our comfort zone, which has now become incredibly uncomfortable. So the key here is to break free of those coping skills, break free of those limiting beliefs, break free of the intrusive thoughts and the negative thought cycles that are keeping us small. And they're honestly sometimes keeping us much more than small. They're keeping us in anxiety. They're keeping us in depression. Uh, they're keeping us in misery, is what they're doing. They're filling us full of self-doubt and self-hatred. And so the key to happiness is to learn how to escape the negative thought cycle and exist all of the time in a positive thought cycle. And so, how do you do that? The way that you do that is called mindfulness. You can actually build the muscle that helps you stop your thought process and sort of eject yourself from it. You build that muscle by taking control of your thoughts. You are in control of your thoughts. What happens to be on your regular playlist is just there because you have been thinking it for so long. It's your natural default, and also because we're wired to protect ourselves, and that's how we do it. So the good news is it's possible to build that mindfulness muscle. And the way that you do that is by exercising it. And the way that you exercise it is by using it to shift your thought from one thing to another thing. Shift your thought from many things to nothing. Shift your thought from something negative to nothing. And then plug something positive in there. So I'm thinking, I'm so stressed out. I can't pay my bills. I never have time. Whatever it is, whatever the negative things that you're thinking. I hate my body. Um, I am tired all the time. I don't have the energy to do this. I'm not good enough to do that. I'll never get that promotion because nobody likes me at work, or there's a million of them. Like, plug them in. There's a million negative thoughts. Most of us are having them the majority of the time. So you start doing short mindfulness exercises. You plug them in. They can be 2 minutes long. You don't have to learn how to meditate for 15 or 30 minutes in order to master this. In order to build your mental fitness muscle, you only need 2 minutes multiple times throughout the day. And for those 2 minutes, you have the option of either listening to an audio file, like it's like a guided meditation, and that's, you just close your eyes, you sit in a position where you're comfortable, feet flat on the floor, whatever it is. You don't have to be sitting in that position. You could be lying down, you could be walking down the street. For some of them, don't close your eyes and walk down the street. I'm just saying. But you can just 2 minutes listening to an audio file. I mean, how many of us spend how many minutes a day listening to audio files or listening to something on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, whatever your vice is? You spend many more than 2 minutes here and there doing that. So you definitely have the time to do this. Do it like 5 times a day for 2 minutes. Do it when you wake up, do it at lunchtime, do it in the afternoon, do it after dinner, do it before you go to bed, whatever. Doesn't matter. 5 times throughout the day, 2 minutes each. Listen to an audio file. What you do for those 2 minutes is you rein in your thoughts. You clear your mind and you think about either nothing, you think about your breath, you concentrate on your breath, you concentrate on the sounds that you're hearing. You pick something up and look at it and you concentrate on that object. You just look at the object, look at the colors, look at the shape, look at the letter, whatever. You just look at it and label it. You don't analyze, you don't judge, you just label. So your mind is as clear as possible of outside thoughts. If something seeps in, you recognize it, you label it, and then you dismiss it, and you bring your attention back to your breath or whatever else it was that you were focusing your attention on, the sounds, your breath, something visual. You can do a body scan. So there's a list of mindfulness exercises, and I also have a vault of mindfulness audio files, which I can send to you. And they're my voice and they're just things that I recorded. And I'm happy to send them to you. If you're interested, just let me know. So, what I'm saying to you here is there is a key to happiness that is so simple as mental fitness. And I'm telling you the tools and the way to exercise your mental fitness and bring it to a level that will raise your happiness. All you need to do is do it. That's all you need to do. Because meditation or mindfulness practice is not about becoming good at meditating. It's about learning how to stop your negative thought process and then shift to a positive thought process, which will then affect your behavior and your actions, which will then affect your reality and circumstances. The root is mental fitness. The root is not the external things that you feel have gone wrong or want and don't have. That is the effect. The root is your core beliefs, your mental fitness. I'm telling you, the frustrating part about this is that I can tell people until I'm blue in the face. But unless you practice this, it won't do any good. So ask me for my mindfulness exercises. I will send them to you and let me know how it goes. So, master key to happiness, mental fitness. Master your mental fitness, and you will live a happier, more joy-filled, less complicated life. You're welcome.